NAMI Ohio sent some folks. Angela Duggar, who is the director of affiliates, and Katie Dillon-Luli is the communications and marketing individual at NAMI Ohio. So they're going to chat with us a little bit about what's going on at NAMI Ohio.
Great. Hi, everyone.
Hi.
So is there anything that you would like to share about some of the things that are just looking differently when it comes to our local affiliates and everything that's going on right now?
Well, sure. Let me get my dog off my lap, guys. This is the nature of working from home. We have kids and animals. But no, one thing that we're finding with our affiliates is a real energy, actually. I'm going to start with the positives. There's been some energy and passion around doing things, keep providing the support, but doing it right and doing it well, and doing it while managing their own mental health. In our affiliates, obviously, we're NAMI. We have folks that have mental illness. And I've found even folks that aren't typically battling a mental illness or going through that, they're having a little bit more of a mental health struggle due to some of the isolation. As I've mentioned previously, having some sunshine and just being able to get outside has been really helpful. As you see, I'm doing this from outside, and I don't live with a mental illness, but for me, I've found that I've had a little struggle myself, and sometimes just coming outside's a benefit. But our affiliates, I will say this though, back to more detail about that. We had some struggles in the beginning. Some affiliates weren't quite ready for the Zoom and the Skype and the Microsoft Teams and things like that. But we actually have a lot. We have some of our smaller affiliates that we wouldn't have expected to do online stuff. They are. And I'm a positive person, and I'm going to maintain that throughout what I'm saying here, is that I think we have a real capability and a real chance at reaching people in a new way. And I think that that's the positive out of this. We have people serving people that would have never otherwise come to a meeting. And as we all know in social services, transportation is a huge, huge barrier. And again, the ever optimist, I think this pandemic can really bring out certainly the best and worst of us. But at NAMI, I think we're really seeing the best.
And I agree with everything Angela just said. I have been so blown away at how the affiliates have just kind of jumped in and looked for new innovative ways to serve their communities. I think this has opened a lot of people's eyes to their ability to do some virtual services where before maybe there was some fear around that technology and how is it going to work, and this forced us into it, and we see that it works really well. But yeah, like Angela said, everyone from our largest affiliates to our smallest affiliates, I think, really took on this challenge and have done an amazing job to make sure that they are still providing this valuable resource to their communities and their members.
Absolutely.
So, Katie, you do all the social media management for NAMI Ohio and all the marketing and things. So, something that we have kind of had to change gears with is different ways to market and different messages and marketing. Has that been kind of a struggle for you? Has that been, I mean, it was a struggle, but it's also kind of a new opportunity.
I think that more people are seeing our online messages than ever before because people are reaching out and seeking that. So it's given us an opportunity. We certainly changed. Like, our biggest challenge was we were getting ready for Mental Health Month, and we had this whole plan for Mental Health Month, and everything changed. All of our messaging has become focused more on the pandemic and the challenges that are coming out of that. But it's, that's what we do at NAMI, and that's what we do in mental health. We face the challenges that are presented to us, and we figure out a way to work with that. Something we're really focused on right now is we want to make sure that we are thanking our mental health workforce. You guys will be hearing more about that at the affiliates in the coming days. NAMI Ohio is working on a project for that. But we want to make sure that we are doing some messaging around not only letting people know that these services are available, but also thanking people who are providing them, because we're all going through this, like Angela said, whether you have a mental illness or not, whether you're a caregiver, whether you're someone working on the front, something that we're actually all doing together, which is rare, but presents an opportunity for some empathy and some understanding, I think.
And Jessica and Kaylee, I think it's important to, we're not at NAMI, we're not the type that we want to toot our own horns, and we never want to be the me. We never want that. That's not who NAMI is. So it's a bit of a challenge for us. But as you've seen probably in some emails that I've sent out, that's been a huge push, is to kind of step outside of our comfort zone. And I encourage anyone watching this video to talk about NAMI, not just mental illness. That's usually my pitch, is say, talk about it. It reduces the stigma. But we really need people talking about NAMI and hence the What NAMI Means to Me challenge that we did not long ago. But we really need people to know that NAMI provides such an integral part of, the continuum of care, the entire spectrum of recovery. NAMI is huge, and recovery supports are huge at this time. And again, I hate to bring up a negative, but we know budget cuts may come, and we don't want those to come to NAMI, because NAMI saves lives.
Right.
So I had a couple of questions prepared, but I didn't know if Ashley had any that she wanted to ask.
I think the one thing I've been thinking about myself and wonder how, well, I guess let me phrase it this way. This is likely going to be going on for a while in regards to how the normal is going to look different in, social distancing, continued work from home, looking at how schools are going to be in the fall. So a lot of folks have been discussing how, while we're focused on this kind of immediate situation, there are going to be these ripple effect long-term impacts, which will probably include impact to individuals' mental health. So at NAMI Ohio, have you guys started to think about or have any ideas how yourself or the affiliates are going to adapt to those needs folks are going to have kind of beyond this immediate period of time?
I'll go ahead and start, and I know Katie, you probably have some things to add too. I actually sit. I'm not technically part of our kids division, but I've invited myself, and they've decided to adopt me. So I sit in on their meetings once a week. It can be a challenge. I know that we talked in some of our meetings about how many mental health workers are talking about how their numbers are up, more people are attending, but the quality is just different. And I think that this is a learning process. And I know that at NAMI, all of our staff, we really do have our fingers on the pulse of what's happening, but I think it is a learning curve. I mean, certainly, yes, telehealth was kind of a thing before, but it's a mandate now. I mean, this is what we have to do. And I think we have a real opportunity. Some consider it a challenge, but I think it's a real opportunity to really grow and learn. I think where some of the challenge lies is the privacy. And I don't know how to do that, but I truly trust in the resiliency of people. And I think we're going to make it work. And I think moving forward that telehealth is going to be reducing barriers. It's going to be a barrier reduction to actually people receiving the care that they need. But I think, again, I just think it's a learning curve. And Katie, and if there's anything you want to add to that, I know that that we're constantly on calls and things with people at OMAS and other mental health workers.
I think something that's going to be really important for NAMI as the organization is going to be our advocacy efforts. Mm-hmm. Like you said, this is going to be very long term, and we tend to focus on the here and now. We know there are going to be these ripple effects. We talked a little bit about this week, our staff call, but numbers are up for domestic violence, for drug and alcohol use, for child abuse, the trauma that our children are going through that they're going to be dealing with for, months and years to come, the way society, fears. And I know in my own life, my mom has some anxiety about just going out and going to the stores and stuff that people have never experienced before. So as an organization, it's going to be NAMI's role to guide our advocacy and go to our legislators and make sure that they don't forget that this is a long-term thing. Even if we start to get back to normal and things start to open up, those mental health effects are going to be long lasting. So we have to keep this on the forefront of their minds and make sure that we are fighting for the funding and the support that we need to make these available to the people that we serve.
Absolutely. And I do know that we're talking, I know, about getting some more. We'd had a staff I know that left at NAMI Ohio that did more with the policy. But I do want everybody to know that while that position hasn't been filled yet, I stand by, you know, like what Katie said, that we really are committed to the advocacy and having our finger on that pulse to ensure that the powers that be do know that this is ongoing. We have an entire generation of kids. I mean, we all have children, you know, we have an entire generation of kids that are affected by a pandemic. This is huge. This is something none of us have ever done. And I think it's a good time to remind everyone to forgive ourselves. It's important to know. But yeah, like Katie said, just reiterating that we just don't know what to expect, but it is a learning curve, and it's a true opportunity to meet these needs.
So, is there anything else that you would like to share with folks in the communities from perspective of NAMI Ohio?
Katie, I'll let you go.
Because we've kind of touched on a lot of different stuff.
Yeah, I think that something that we've kind of been tasked with at the state office is, like Angela said earlier, we want to make sure that the communities know that NAMI is here, that we are open, that we are providing these. I think it's really important that phone lines are open, emails and our support groups are available, and to reach out. Terry, our executive director, if anyone doesn't know him, has certainly put the mission out there to reiterate the value of NAMI. All of us in the NAMI family and the NAMI community understand what that means, but just taking this time to reach out to additional community members, however that may look, and make sure that they know that we are here and available. I also think that it's going to be really important as an organization. You know, we have our state office and we have our affiliates and different people doing different things, but again, to remember that we are all NAMI and we are all working towards one goal and one purpose, and we have to support each other and share whatever we can. I know a lot of our affiliates are allowing people from other counties to join their virtual groups. And I think it's been amazing watching us come together as an organization to work towards this one mission. And
that's what NAMI is. We're a family. We are not toe steppers.
Yeah.
We work with other NAMIs and we partner.
Yeah. And like I said, seeing that I think has been great.
And I'll add to that. We're a family. We are. I mean, I already said it, but we're a family. We work together. And when we mention NAMI, I want to be clear that we're not just talking about NAMI Ohio. We're not just talking about NAMI affiliates. And quite frankly, we're not even just talking about NAMI members. Yes, I do advocate everybody become a NAMI member, please. But it's anybody. Like, I think of my mother. She's not even a NAMI member, but just dealing with depression and anxiety in our family for years, just having my own interaction with family to family, my own interaction just with other NAMI staff, just being able to open up those dialogues. You know, these are the people that we're talking about. So when we talk about NAMI, we don't just mean NAMI proper. It's everyone.
Yeah. So, no, I really appreciate you taking the time to meet with us virtually and have these conversations. It's been really helpful.
Well, thank you. It was good to see you.
Thank you. It's good to